No, my bad. I disappeared. That's my
Okay,
fault.
we're
We good now.
starting.
All right, we good.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Coffee Chat with Camille. I am your hostess, Camille, and I have a friend of the show, a guest who's coming. He's returning back to my podcast. His name is Amin Islam. So please welcome him, welcome him, welcome him.
How you
Now
doing, Camille?
Let me introduce you to tell the audience all about you. You have an incredible story to share. Amin Islam is a rising force in the DMV music scene. He's woven his life experiences into artistry, with a decade behind him marked by personal growth and introspection. He's emerged as a unique voice in rap, born in New York and raised in the heart of the DMV, District of Columbia. DMV means everybody, District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia. Amin's journey has been shaped by a profound family legacy. His grandfather, Khalil Islam, endured a harrowing ordeal, falsely accused and imprisoned for the assassination of Malcolm X. Shabazz. Amin's pursuit of music is not just about crafting beats and rhymes, it's a platform to amplify the untold story of his grandfather's exoneration, a narrative of injustice, resilience, and triumph. For further assistance, just call and ask my friend. Huh. Drawing from his own experiences and those of his family, Amin infuses his music with authenticity and raw emotion. His lyrics paint vivid portraits of life on the streets, grappling with identity and striving for redemption. With each verse, he channels the struggles and triumphs of his lineage, honoring the resilience that runs deep within his bloodline. For our men, music is more than just a creative outlet. It's a means of empowerment and advocacy. Through his art, he seeks to inspire others to confront their own truths and confront the injustices that persist in our society. You can experience Amin Islam's powerful storytelling and electrifying beats on YouTube, where he goes by the handle at Amin Cash 703. Okay, I'm gonna say it again, everybody. His YouTube handle is at Amin, spelled AMINCASH 703. Join him on his journey as he continues to push boundaries and redefine the sound of DMV. Okay?
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah,
You're
thank you.
welcome. Thank you again
Hmm.
for being here. I'm so happy to share you with our listeners and audience. But I have questions. So
Absolutely.
we're gonna do 10 questions, okay?
Cool, cool, cool.
All right, so let's go with the first one. How does it feel to carry on the legacy of your grandfather, Khalil Islam, and the story surrounding Malcolm X's death?
Man, it's a blessing and an honor to be honest. Like, yeah, it's a little bit of weight on my shoulders because
Mhm.
you want to do this thing correctly and you want to be to be the voice of your family. But honestly, man, it's been great. Ever since our first podcast, I've had other people reach out that have actually had interviews with my grandfather trying to, just educate me. Yeah, big shout out
Mm,
to Buck Down Productions, I believe it is. He reached out to me
okay.
on Instagram and just wanted to share his little experience with him. And I'm just gaining more information as being on this journey by just, basically I like I said, I have met him, but getting to learn, what his real journey was like, through YouTube and just history information. Like now that I'm actually in this music thing and doing podcasts, it's been an honor to be like getting more in tune with his story just in general and what he was, all about. So it's been great.
Yes, yes. Excellent. Thank you so much. And then let me go to your next one.
Mhm.
Can you tell us about the influence of your family history on your music and artistic expression?
Yes, it's
Wait, the sound. The sound went out. One moment, everybody.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
That's
gotta put
okay.
my phone on D&D. Yeah, I gotta put my phone on D&D because people are seeing me up here. They calling me. I'm sorry. Yeah, people are seeing me
Oh
live. Yeah,
yeah, D
yeah,
and D.
they're
Do
calling
not
me. Yeah,
disturb.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. But I just took care of that. But can you
Okay.
re-ask? Can you re-ask that question? I'm sorry. I lost my train of
Absolutely.
thought.
For sure. For sure.
Hmm.
Okay. So how? Okay. So can you tell us just about the influence of your family history on your music and artistic expression?
Oh, it's one of the biggest influences because the more I'm finding out, like I'm thinking all these injustices just happened to me. This stuff happened to my dad. This stuff happened all throughout my family in different ways. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it's been, bringing light to the story is actually like it's crazy because I'm hearing different type of stories through my family, about their injustices, and I'm actually like want to, write some of them for them, just realizing how
Right.
easy it is to get swept up in the system or how one action will, cause a trickle down effect. It's crazy, man. It's
Yeah.
so crazy what I'm learning. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. And then, what inspired you to pursue a career in rap, and how do you see your music making an impact?
Honestly, it was like it's kind of like I would hate to use an example. If you're a cheerleader, you kind of learn to dance, right? It's kind of like in the course of telling my story, I wanted as many avenues as I could to be able to tell my story. Because if people know me for a long time, I never was a rapper. I'm not a rapper. It just
Right.
kind of came easy with the storytelling. So I'm like, want as many avenues as I can to try to just bring attention to my family story, and just the day-to-day struggles of just the black guy, black man, after the
Hmm.
home is broken up. This is what it really looks like. It ain't like I wanted to bring that back to music, like what it really looks like here. Kind of like how Tupac used to do, how he had,
Hmm.
Dear Mama and stuff like that. I kind of wanted to paint that realistic picture of the ghetto. Just because we hear it don't mean we ignorant. You know what I mean? We might be
Right.
in the trenches per se, and we might be in a poverty situation, but don't mean that we ignorant, and don't mean that we are all fitting that stereotype. So I just felt like it gave me another avenue to kind of bring light just to my family situation, period. You know.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Thank you so much. And then, as a DMV rapper, how do you navigate the vibrant hip hop scene in the region you're in, and what sets your style apart?
Okay, I want to start, but since we're talking about the DMV scene, I want to say big shout out to Chuck Diesel, AMB Chuck Diesel. Please check him out on YouTube. And Big Benz. These are two guys that have been navigating the DMV scene prior to me that have been big handouts and help to me, like just learning how to do this thing the right way, not just posting music on YouTube. But I feel like I just want to recreate the scene and kind of just give that authentic, bring that authenticity back. Authentic, yeah, if I'm saying that the right way, just back
Yeah,
to
the
music in
authenticity.
general.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we
Hmm.
we really have a hella scene down here in DMV, and it's like so culturally diverse. We're right by DC, so it's a
Hmm.
huge melting pot. And I know what you see, you riding by, you're seeing these big suburbs, but we have a struggle here too. And I just want to bring the light that it's even harder to navigate the struggle with a bunch of millionaires floating around you. You know what I mean? And you rolling around and you're looking at all these cars and fancy stuff. You want that stuff
Yeah,
too. So I just want to, I just kind of want to bring that back to the scene of rap music. Not no, not so much about getting high and doing it. I talk about that stuff too because it's part of my story. I mean, this is part of music, but just kind of like that being yourself is cool. I want to bring that
right.
back, no matter how screwed up the story is. You
Hmm.
know, give your fans that personal. We would be personable. We I think we see celebrities on such a big pedestal that we forget as artists. Like we one thing sticks out to me. I see a lot of artists never follow their fans. Why? I mean, that's like a big thing. Like I
Yeah,
just want to bring that personable back to being rap music. Like I want to feel reachable. I want to be the guy that's, you know, going through the same everyday struggle as everybody else.
right. Yes, yes. Excellent, excellent. And then, your connection to Malcolm X's legacy is profound. How does that shape your approach to storytelling in your songs?
Oh my God, it's it's a big thing. It's so crazy because it's like God got a way of like keeping you on your course. Like literally, my first book report I could ever remember as like being in school was literally on Malcolm X. And like it was so
Mm,
crazy because, then I'm able to really realize, how it pertains to my life. Like, dang, it's like,
yeah.
I really wanted to Malcolm X really brought the light to like standing in your truth no matter if it
Hmm.
goes against the popular opinion. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And that's one big thing I get from him, and I believe that he was like so stuck in his message it was his downfall. But he was so proud in
Mm-hmm.
his message that he just wanted to give the people the message no matter what came
Mm-hmm.
behind it. It was like the message was more important even to him. It was like he wasn't one of those. It's so crazy. Like he's like it's so crazy, man, because he's like a big idol because he wasn't one of those ones that was like big on the public stage, like having fancy cars. He didn't get
Mm-hmm.
into that. He just came and kind
Yeah.
of wanted to rebuild his people, so like
Right.
that's the biggest thing I took from him is like you got to educate your people. Your people could be they could soak in the message, what you're saying, they could like what you're saying, but you got to really educate them on how to, how it looks as us to for us to prosper as people, as black and brown
Right.
people, how we
Yes.
should be
Yes.
moving and stuff like that.
Excellent. Excellent. Perfect. And then, in what ways do you infuse elements of your cultural heritage, into your music? And why is that important to you?
Um, well, you brought it up. I got a song coming out called Peephole on Friday,
Wait,
where
what is it
part
called?
Peephole, Peephole. It'll be dropping
Peephole.
on all
Okay.
platforms Friday, Apple Music, Spotify. I
Oh,
actually part of
nice.
the hook is me talking about shout out to Kyrie because he a Jewish Negro. Just the culture impacts my music in a huge way. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I want my people to know that big more than anything, we great people. We're not the story that's been depicted for a lot of us, and a lot
Mm,
of us are have been broken down by the system where we've learned to kind of like diss on each other and hate on each other. But I'll kind of bring it as like I'm a big believer in going to your family before you go to anybody else. And by family,
mm,
I don't necessarily mean blood. I mean your supporters. You know what I mean? Anybody
mhm.
inside your circle. I'm big and firm on that. Like, man,
Right.
it's so important for us as a culture to stick together, not to divide ourselves or, kind of pick on each other, kind of lift each other up. And through my music, my producer, shout out to JG's, please follow my Instagram. That's literally my brother's wife's brother. So everything I do is kind of family related. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm trying as much to just be an example of what we can do if we're together. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
don't have that many great black families that we see coming up from the bottom. We just don't. And I'm
Yeah.
hoping that my family can be one of them. Like I said, this is bringing me and my pops closer together. And
Mm,
shameless plug, but shout out Miami Hot Wheels, support a black owned business. He just got his own Toro rental service. It's actually like I'm hoping the world can use this as an example that no matter what you go through, man, you and your family can accomplish some great things, man. Just got to
that's,
really believe in and support your family.
yes. 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 Congratulations to your father too.
Hmm.
And then, what message or emotions do you hope listeners take away from your music?
I just hope to just everybody's going through pain, man. Everybody goes through stuff, no matter how bad the story is. You just don't give up. You can persevere. Look at me. I've been 10 years in prison. I beat an opiate addiction. There's so many different little things that are gonna be in your way in this world, and it could be where it could even be in what's it called, a conspiracy to commit murder on a big figure like Malcolm X. Like these are things that you can never
Yeah.
let get in your way. Look at even my grandfather. He got out. If you check the YouTube interviews, he didn't let that system beat him down and just say, you know what, nobody wants to hear from you. He came out and still fought for his word. Always fight for your story. Everybody's story is important, and you might be motivating somebody by just telling the story. It doesn't
Mm.
have to be glamorous. It doesn't have to be like a rags to riches all the time. It can be rags to more rags. You know what I mean? It does. Everybody doesn't end rags to riches, but your story might inspire somebody to get to that richest point or to get them out the hole. That's the biggest thing I want to bring. Like if you can watch me do it, you know what I'm saying? You definitely can do it. You're watching a convicted felon who was addicted to drugs. You know what I mean? You can definitely follow your dreams, and definitely if you believe in yourself, you can accomplish anything.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you. And then, as an artist, how do you balance honoring tradition and pushing boundaries and innovating in your craft? Like,
I'm gonna be honest. I'm older. I'm 36. I don't really listen to a lot of younger people because I'm more for pushing the culture. I definitely salute to anybody who's like older artists, the people that come before me. But I believe that, the biggest thing is with this music industry, as we're starting to see, them old practices is kind of screwed up, right? Some of the stuff that we were looking up to, I want to bring it back to maybe the essence of hip hop, like when you're seeing like people actually embrace the culture of like, being on the corner. It doesn't have to be pulling up in a Rolls Royce or none of that. That has nothing to do with music. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Music was always
Right.
about telling your story, embracing your people, and just, telling your day to day things that you're doing. And I kind of just want to bring that back, man. I really do. I really don't really embrace too much of the old music. I'm sorry. Like I do. Like you hear me shout out Pac, like great. But it's just been such a big gap for us having people like that, right? Seems like
Uh,
after Biggie and Pac left, it's just like we fell into a and T.I. is great and Jay-Z's great and all them people are great, but it just seemed like as far as like how the feeling in music kind of died down when we got to the futures and the all them people. I'm trying to bring back the emotions of music. Like be
right.
emotional in your music no matter how it goes. So like I'm more so a trailblazer and trying to just basically start new trends and stuff like that.
Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. And then we have just like three more questions left,
That's
okay?
cool.
So, as
Hmm.
an artist, how do you balance? Oh, I said that already. Sorry.
Yeah.
We have one more. What's next for Amin Islam? What's next for you? Any upcoming
Definitely,
projects or collaborations we should be
absolutely.
on the lookout for?
Please be on the lookout for me at the African American Heritage Festival in Blair County. I got to reconfirm the date, but it's in July, late July. Be on the
Hmm.
lookout for me at National Grass. That's also in Altoona. That's a festival too, gaming festival and music festival. I got a collaboration coming up with AMV Chuck Diesel. Please be on the lookout for that. That's a big hip hop DMV spitter, man. Dude is like that. I got Peephole coming out Friday, dropping on all platforms. My album's coming soon. Give me some time. I'm doing all these podcasts. I'm like, I want my fans to please be patient with me. I've got other people I'm trying to get up running on podcasts. I got a lot of stuff I'm trying to do. Just please be in
Yes.
tune with Stacker Star, but all my socials to be just the next thing coming with me. I got merch dropping in August, so please be in
Wow.
tune for that. That's gonna be SOS Entertainment merch, and we got a bunch of cool stuff working with my nephews on that and getting some cool stuff going with that. And that's a black-owned merch company. We will be doing this family thing, man. It's all family with
Excellent.
me, so be on the lookout for that.
Perfect. Perfect. Be one first. And
Yeah.
so, my last question is let our listeners